Chai,
Chai,
chai me,
chai me,
chai me, bitch,
chai me, bitch,
chai me, bitch.
chai me, bitch.
Yapping all the way, yeah, I've got the whole day. Chai,
Chai,
chai me, bitch,
chai me, bitch.
chai me, bitch. Hello and welcome to episode 11 of Chai Me Bitch. So in this episode, we are going to talk all about Valentine's Day, but specifically horrible Valentine's Day dates or just dates in general because I feel like a lot of us have been on very horrible dates, so we need to talk about it because we can just hopefully never have to relive them again lah. So before that, of course, you see the beautiful setup, you see the beautiful human being. Yeah, hi. So I want to shout out the team behind Chai Me Bitch. So Jayden is behind the camera right now, and with this amazing space today is a very different setup, and we made it a little more intimate because Valentine's Day. By that I just mean I just look extra skanky today. I don't know. But anyways, shout out to Audio-Technica, official audio sponsor. Yay! And also shout out to Jean, who is behind the camera also right now. And she helped make everything happen for this episode because Jean is now part of the team, okay? In case you never hear episode 10. Yeah. So yeah, episode 11, let's do this. I asked you guys on Instagram to basically share with me all your pain. By that I mean just tell me about your horrible dates. And y'all have really been through some shit, man. Like, I'm sorry. First of all, I want to say I apologize to everyone who had a submission because that means you've been through some traumatic dates lah, and you really don't deserve this. I just want to put it out there first. Nobody deserves this. But I'm about to read through everything to see if maybe you are just being irrational or if you've really just been through bad dates. So I didn't read through everything properly because I also wanted to be like surprised. So surprised by your painful life experience. So let's begin. And before that, today's chai is extra milky because it's just milk. I decided to not drink chai. So milk me, bitch. Oh no, that sounds bad. Every episode I did say some really like questionable thing. Yeah. Anyways, with that out of the way and me anyhow violating myself, let's begin. So we have categorized all your submissions, and the first category we have is why you do that. So this category is basically full of very questionable things that have happened on these dates. So let's discuss all your questionable date moments. The first one we have is every time we high-fived, he held my hand, and it was the first date. Wow, so basically this guy just wanted to hold your hand, but he didn't know how to ask, or he thought it would be kind of like awkward to just properly hold it like a normal person. So I guess y'all just talk about things, and he thought it was cute to be like, hey, high five you. But it's so weird though, because if it's like you high five someone, then you hold, then a bit like nobody holds hands up there anyway. So honestly, if you wanted to hold someone's hand, I would say maybe not on the first date because that's just safer, because first date a bit fast. Like first date you can hug them goodbye. Maybe kiss on the cheek. You know, I don't know. Okay, I've never done that. I don't know why I suggested I don't do it. But high five, sure lah. But don't try to hold your hand in a weird way. Like you want to just hold, just ask lah, okay? Don't come and try to be cute. Next one is, okay, someone said, I went on a date at a cafe and he said we were there because one of his Tinder matches works there. Huh? Who are you trying to go on a date with, huh? The girl who worked at the cafe or the girl you bring to the cafe? Can you make up your mind? Because the most difficult decision on that moment should be what you're ordering. You know, not like which girl am I like checking out more in this cafe? That's kind of gross. Okay, and I don't know why, but I personally think it's a very I feel like a lot of people will agree with this. But why is it such a weird flex? Like, why do you need to talk about your other matches or like the other dates you've been on if nobody asks? You know, if I never ask you and I'm a Tinder date and we're going out and then you suddenly like, oh yeah, I matched that girl, so I matched like why you tell me? Like, I don't want to know like everyone you have swiped right on. I'm not interested. And you bringing me to this cafe feels like if this date goes horribly, you have a backup, or like you have this other trick that you can just hit on instead, because if this isn't working out. So I feel like that is a very like, what this guy just did this. Fuck it up, sis. Fuck
it up.
You ruined the date on the spot. Next one is, she bailed last minute because she had to go to the Spanish embassy. I checked the internet, it's closed on the weekends. Okay, what if she didn't know? What if you could have just told her, hey, I just Googled for you, it's closed, don't waste your time. You could have done that, what? You're just assuming she wanted out of this date. That's you being insecure. No, I'm kidding, sorry. Next thing. I asked my date if he was mixed because he looked a bit ang mo, and he said, yeah, how you know? I'm half Teochew and half Hokkien. How does this find what? Oh, it's a wrong mix, I just realized. So she thought he was ang mo, but he's mixed with two different dialects, so she was completely wrong. That's kind of, how did she get so off, you know? But that's quite funny. Yeah? I don't think it's a bad date situation. I think if a guy just genuinely told me like, he just told me two different dialects that he's mixed and he's completely not ang mo, I'll be like, oh, I thought you were mixed. Then okay, I move on lah. It's not a horrible day. Relax lah. Okay, next is, went out with a guy and he shook my hand at the end of the day. That's quite sad lah. So I feel like after a first date, it's very respectful to ask like when you're about to say goodbye, I feel like it's very respectful to like be extra polite about it because it's your first date and you want to like, you don't know how the person's feeling. Well, what if like you are super into this date, you want to see them again, but they are not feeling it. So I feel like you can gauge that by how y'all say goodbye. And I don't know, I feel like it's always respectful to like just hug on the first date, and like if it really feels right, then a kiss is fine. But like if it's a hot make-out sesh, then I don't know, if you both want to do it, you can, no judgment. But I think a handshake is painfully formal because like I feel like people meet their clients also, they only shake at the start, they don't even like shake their hands when they leave. Like that's so painfully formal. So I feel like if you shake my hand at the end of the date, you are basically telling me like, oh, it was nice meeting you, but I'm probably never going to see you again. So don't shake someone's hand and like, it's too much. It feels like you're meeting like a client, or like it's very professional. And it feels a bit like, is this even a date, or was this like just a... Yeah, it feels weird. It's so painful to think about it. If someone shook my hand, I'll be like, wow, ouch, you hate me, eh? But you don't know how to tell me. Ugh. Okay, the next one is, offered this guy my ice cream and he ate half of it. I was very upset. That is so disrespectful, eh? Okay, you are very sweet to offer someone your ice cream on a date, because I don't know if this is a first date lah, maybe not. But it's very sweet for you to offer because ice cream is a very intimate thing and nobody needs to share dessert, but you did, you know? And for this guy to take advantage of you like that is very disrespectful because actually I remember this happening. I was at McDonald's once with my mother and my brother, and then my brother offered my mom one of the chocolate sundaes, I think, like, oh mom, you want to bite? And my mom like took the biggest bite in the world. And my brother was so upset. We were kids lah, and I remember him like genuinely like, why is my mother like this? You know, and then he was just like, I really am never going to offer her ice cream again. And I think it was a running joke for a while, like, don't eat the whole thing. Like, you know, it was a running joke for a while, which is quite sad lah, because it's his mother. She made you, you know, she can eat your ice cream, it's fine. But on a date, right, this guy does not deserve to eat that much of the ice cream. This is sounding very wrong, but whatever you want to define this, whatever you want to take from this, if you think ice cream means something else, it can, and maybe it should for you. So don't let him eat your ice cream. Don't. Next one is, on a first date, a man told me in 5 years I should quit my job, be a housewife, and raise his kids. I hope we told him he needs to shut the fuck up for the next 5 years. That was so rude, eh? On a first date, eh? Not even he said that's his life goal, but he tell you that you need to do that for him. That's gross. Because if it's fair, if this guy wants to be like, oh, in 5 years I see myself married and I'm working and maybe my wife is not working, but that's still very misogynistic and gross to say. But if that is your fantasy, like what you see your family as, like that's your goal, like I don't know, that's your dream, then I feel like you're allowed to dream like that, sure. But to put it on someone else and to be like, hey, I want you to raise my kids and in 5 years you're gonna stay at home and not have a job and just I don't know, be my housewife. That's so weird. That's such a weird request. Is it like a kink? Next one is, had sushi, which was his idea, and ordered edamame, which was her idea. And then she watched him put the whole thing in his mouth and chew on it for ages. She ate her edamame and then he saw how she did it. he basically didn't know how to eat edamame, okay? This guy did not know how to eat it. So to cover up like him not knowing how to eat it and he was chewing it for way too long, he slowly spit it out in between a stack of plates. Wow, that's damn gross. That is so painful. Okay, if it were me, first of all, I don't think I've ever tried eating edamame. So I don't think I understand that there's a proper way to eat this. But if it were me if it were me and I accidentally signed up for a situation where I'm eating something I don't know how to eat and I'm trapped because it's in my mouth already, I would honestly make a joke out of it, or I would just say in the moment like, "Oh, this edamame chewy." I'll just say something, and then like to just point out to the fact that I am doing something wrong here and I'm not about to eat this and I don't know how to, and I will awkwardly like take a tissue and like spit it out or something. But I think the spitting in between the plates and hoping she don't see, that one a bit gross. Because if clearly she saw, and that's too much. Someone's trying to have a meal. So to watch you do that and like clearly suffer throughout this whole process is quite painful. So I really hope that next time if you're ever in a situation where it's a first date, it's very awkward, you're trapped, something very like uncomfortable just happened, honestly, I would say just be honest. I would say just straight up say, "Oh, I've never tried this before. I've been chewing on this for way too long. I'm not going to swallow this. I'm going to spit it out." You know, I think that's fair to say. I would have said that. Spit what out though? Sorry, that's too much. Sorry. Talking about edamame, relax. Okay, the next one is, he told me how this one time he had sex with his girlfriend and the next day there was blood all over the sheets, wall, bed and his face. Because she got her period. I'm scared. Why is this information that you share? Why do you not keep this in the compartment in your head that's for horrible memories you never want to relive? Why? Why do people overshare like this? Because, okay, maybe we need context. Maybe she asked about like a weird sexual encounter or like something that happened or whatever. But it seems a bit unsolicited because same thing, I don't think it would be a submission if you asked, right? So my personal advice is when you date someone and when you're really like just dating, like you just started, it's your first few dates, I say it's safe to not overshare. I'm all about being honest, but oversharing is a bit too much because you really cannot like, you cannot read the room if you're going to share something this explicit and like graphic. Is a lot lah. Some people really like as I was reading this, I could see like Jayden squirming on the side. You know, like some people really cannot. They're not about this life. They don't need to know. So I feel like maybe if you dated someone long enough, you're together, you're in a relationship, you want to talk about, hey, last time I had a very gross sexual encounter and blood was everywhere. Then, you know, that's fine. Like share that with your partner, share that with someone that you're extremely comfortable with and are not going to be put off by this story, you know? There's a lot lah. And also, why you gotta tell me it's on your face? You know, you tell me it's on the bed, the walls already like, okay, what, jialat, you're like, okay, some murderer enter your room or whatever. Then you tell me it's on your face. Like, I don't want to know what has been on your face. So that's the part where it got too much. Like, and yeah, don't talk about your ex and her period, but please just don't talk about her. Okay, next is, I paid for dinner, drinks, and the movie, and he didn't even offer to pay. Bracket, I'm a girl. Okay, so I feel like, wow, this one is a bit tricky because I feel like it's an age-old thing. Like we always talk about who pays on the first date kind of thing. But I don't know, I've always been all about I'm splitting this no matter what. Like, you know, I would never, I don't know if it's rude if the guy doesn't offer to pay. I don't think it's rude. If the bill comes and we're like, oh, how much, like whoever that takes out a card to pay first, I think it's fair for the other person to be like, oh, how much was it? Let me know. I'll split with you or something like that. Like, I think that's how I've been navigating it all along because that's normal. You do that with your friends also, right? It's normal. But to expect the guy to pay I think is damn backwards. But for him to not offer at all and you take care of everything is a bit like, huh? Didn't you just enjoy this meal too? Like, it's just common. That one I think is just courtesy. Like, it's just being a decent human being and be like, oh, of course I'm going to split this. Or let me know how much. I'll get it. Or like, you can get the next time. That's also a very, I feel like it's a smooth thing to say on a date because it's like, there is a next time, you know? So, yeah, I mean, I get that it's very uncomfortable if the guy doesn't even offer. But yeah, as long as we don't expect them to pay, I think it's fine. Yeah, and it doesn't sound like you're expecting him to. You just wanted him to offer, and that's very fair. So yeah, it's quite rude. Okay, next is he asked me out and kept asking, "Can we go somewhere cheaper?" I'm all about going budget, and the drinks were reasonably priced. Like $8 and $6 drinks. But we ended up meeting at the bar and he decided not to drink anything. So I bought him around. But hello, if you wanted to get 7-Eleven drinks and sit by the river, just say lah. So, I guess if you're gonna ask someone out and pick the place, did he pick the place? Let me see. He asked me, he wanted to go somewhere cheaper. Okay, $6, $8 drinks are honestly very like hard to find. I would say that's quite a steal. So it seems like already one of the cheaper options. But correct lah, if you wanted to like go extremely cheap and like, okay, let's sit somewhere else, let's buy our own drinks, let's bring our own drinks, something like that, I feel like you should just say also, you should just be upfront. Because I mean, there's no shame in this. If you're trying to date someone, then just be upfront. What? Like, if this is not in your budget and you cannot afford this, then it's fair for you to say, because that's just you being honest lah. You don't want to go somewhere and be like, I cannot afford this, I cannot pay for this drink right now. It's very awkward. So that's like worst case scenario. So I think it's fair that he just wanted to go somewhere else cheaper because he was honest about his budget. But yeah, and I think 7-Eleven drinks and like sitting by the river dates are like honestly amazing. So like that was literally like my first date, but no 7-Eleven drinks were involved because the 10:30 rule. But yeah, I ended up like sitting by the river and just talking all night at the end of like one of the first dates I had. So that's a very nice way to get to know someone. Nothing wrong with that at all. But yeah, I think just be upfront. If some place is way too bougie for you, you gotta say, because you don't want them to think that you can't afford this and this is the lifestyle you live, and next time all the dates they're gonna be like, can we go back to that place? You know, then you're like, I'm broke. So just be honest only. I think it's fair that the guy said that, but maybe like don't be annoying about it. Just be upfront and be like, hey, let's go somewhere else because it's out of my budget. That's how you do it. Okay, next is the date suggested a place to eat but turned out to be a picky eater and just wanted the pictures for aesthetics. I really hate it. I really cannot. I feel like Jayden, you seem like the person who will pick a place for aesthetics and not the food. So let me just think about what I'm gonna say next. Okay, I will never in my life pick a place for aesthetics. I will pick a place for like budget, convenience, and like, is the food good lah? So I cannot relate to the aesthetics comment. Clearly, Jayden makes the set look nice, not me. So yeah, I'm not an aesthetics person at all. But if you're a picky eater, I would say it's only fair that you suggest spots or like you pick places that like you genuinely like, because don't make other people's lives difficult lah. And if it's a first date and I don't know you're a picky eater, I'm just meeting you, then I'm just gonna pick a neutral place that has options or like something normal people would like, you know, like something that has like an array of choices for you and me. So if you're picky, I suggest that you have backup spots, or you always have like a bunch of places that are safe in your mind that you can always suggest. Like for new dates or first dates or whatever, you can always be like, oh, how about we try this place? You know, like in case they never tried before, but to you, you're like guaranteed it's going to be a damn good meal. So I say just have options, always have backups. But if you really want to just pick for aesthetics, maybe don't do that on your first date, because it's going to be damn uncomfortable if this person's just watching you take pictures like for like 10 minutes and you're not even going to eat the food because you're a picky eater. It's damn awkward. So please don't do the aesthetics thing on a first date lah. I mean, eventually your true colours can come out. That one's fine. Jayden, eventually. not first date. I'm acting like he submitted this or whatever, or it's about him, but it's really not. Okay, the next one is halfway through the movie the guy whispered, "You're doing great, by the way." I wasn't asking for a review. This is so weird. You're watching the movie while she's not doing anything other than watching the movie. What's she doing great? That is very, I think, a bit condescending. Because if we went on a date, we had a meal, whatever, watching a movie, then it's a bit weird, because in my head, I'm going to be like, is this guy like reviewing this date in his head? Is he thinking about like how this whole day went, and as we are watching this movie, he turned and tell me you're doing great? Like, it's a bit awkward. Okay, next is not a date, but someone once told me on Tinder, "Happy Mother's Day to the mother of my future children." This feels like one of those you send like the most insane pickup lines to see whatever works. Like, you know, you just just cast the net. Anything, any fish that come, you take. You just sound like that kind of person. So I feel like this Happy Mother's Day thing was probably a mass text, or like this person went to send a lot of people just to see what kind of reaction he would get, or who would think it's funny and cheeky. But I don't know, Happy Mother's Day a bit like, I don't know, if someone said that to me, I would feel a bit like, I have PCOS, I can't carry your kids. I don't know what I'm gonna say, but I feel very stressed out. Like, it feels a bit scary because is this person really thinking this far and sees a life with me just based off my Tinder profile? Or is this person really trying to say anything to be cute right now so he gets a reply? And either way, I think it's more of the latter lah. It's more of the I just wanna get a reaction out of you. I just want to be cute and unique and funny. But let's be real, there's nothing cute, unique and funny on Tinder and the profiles because people copy paste the same bios. People like, how many times have y'all seen the Tinder bio that goes like, my mom rates me 5 out of 5. My ex-girlfriend says he's the one that got away. How many times have we seen bios like that? And then they will put like emoji stars, like as if there's some movie or book and people really review them. Like, if there are enough people in your life to have tried you to review you, I probably don't want you, okay? Anyways, next is, he spent half the date on his phone, online shopping, and asking me if he'd look good wearing brand, like random brand lah. And I was so done, and I just said, you can online shop alone at home, and I left. Well, I'm so glad you left because that is rude. Was this guy just trying to get a personal styling session or what? Because who online shops on a first date? Unless it's a mutual like, oh, are you looking for clothes for something? Oh, let me help you. Unless it's like that. So I feel a bit like, okay, if you are online shopping in the presence of somebody you just met, I think you are better off sitting at home and not actually dating because you're not here for any social interaction. Maybe you just wanted fashion advice, but maybe send your friend screenshots instead. Don't go on a date and waste her time. So kudos to you for leaving. I think that's a very boss bitch thing to do. So I probably wouldn't have the guts to sit through the date and then I'll just make a podcast about it after. Yeah. Okay. The last submission we have in the questionable why you do that category is, went on a first date with this guy who was 1 hour late because he couldn't decide what to wear. He ended up deciding on an A and F tee, berms, and boat shoes, and even brought spare clothes in his bag. What if the spare clothes were for the next date? You don't know what? Not for you what? Okay, I'm kidding. This guy has issues. Okay, I feel like if he's stressed out until like that, maybe he was genuinely really nervous to meet you. Like that could be a possibility. But it also sounds a bit like, why are you so obsessed with how you look until you stress me out? This is a first date. Like, I don't need to know how stressed you were. And usually, this is quite rare because it's not an issue. Like, I hear a lot. Like, I don't hear my male friends complaining about they have nothing to wear. So I guess this is really quite a unique situation. And to stress out until like that and then show up in berms and an A and F tee is damn lame. Like, if you're already going to stress and you're going to stress this girl out by telling her that you don't know what to wear, I suggest you just take pictures. You just take pictures, say, this one cute or not? You like? Then at least when she sees you, she'll be like, I like, So, and the spare clothes is damn extra. I really hope like this guy was maybe going somewhere else or doing something else eventually. But yeah, to bring spare clothes on a first date is like, how do you think this date is going to end? And also, do you really think I have time for an outfit change? Do you really think I want to see you strut out like wearing something new? No, I just want to go on a date and try to get to know the guy underneath all these clothes. Oh, I mean not without the clothes, just underneath, Yeah, so that is a questionable thing to do, correct? Thank you for all the very why you do that date submissions. Okay, so earlier on, we discussed all the very questionable things that have happened on some of the dates you guys went on. And next up, we're going to move on to the awkward AF things that have happened. So I feel like first dates are supposed to be awkward for a while, at least, like maybe for the first... Okay, if there are drinks involved, maybe for the first 20-30 minutes. But if there are no drinks involved, the whole day is probably going to be a bit awkward for me lah. So I'm excited to see what awkward dates you guys have been on. The first one I got is, my game plan was literally stuff my mouth with food so I didn't have to reply him. Wow. I feel like if you really cannot talk to this human being on the first day and you rather clearly literally stuff your face so you don't have to talk to this guy, that means he was probably just saying something where you had no response to, no genuine reaction or response to. Feels like this guy was probably just talking about himself nonstop. or just like saying things that were damn unrelatable. But I don't know, I feel like unrelatable is still fine because it's your first date, you're trying to get to know them. Maybe like your lifestyle damn different. But if you had to like stuff food in your mouth, right, I'm sorry, because that's also probably damn sian because that means you finish eating your food faster, then eventually you have to talk to him, what? So maybe stuff food in your mouth, but stuff edamame so you can keep chewing, then you don't have to talk to him. Life hack. Okay, next up is a guy I once dated turned out to be a distant cousin. Wow, stress. Okay. Did y'all find out on the date or what? Because, that's a lot If I accidentally dated my cousin, I would go like 1 year, don't date anybody. I stress. I cannot do this anymore. I would be so like upset. Okay, it depends though. If it was just a date and like you went out, you matched on Tinder or whatever, and then like while talking, eventually you realize that, oh my god, we're related. I feel like that's still not as bad as like you being in a relationship with someone for a while and like stuff has happened, like physical stuff has happened and you're like, oh my god, you're my family member, what do I do now? So I think it depends to what extent, but this one you say a guy you dated lah. So I feel like maybe you went out a couple of times, hopefully nothing happened at all. Hopefully he was a handshake kind of guy, hopefully he shake your hand and you're like, hey cousin, that's fine, we can all forget that and you can see him at family gatherings and shake his hand again. So yeah, I'm sorry, this is really a lot. But next one is his glasses got stuck in my hair during a movie and he played it off by asking what shampoo I used. Okay, if his glasses were stuck to your head, that means this guy is way too close to you. Maybe he go in and you're doing great, by the way. All these dates, it's the same guy, is it? Okay, but if his hair was stuck to glasses, that's damn awkward, especially if you were actually into this movie. Then he ruined it by being dumb. But anyways, I think it's not a horrible moment unless you're damn uncomfortable. Like unless this guy, you realize he was like trying to sniff you or like he was just way too close to you and you're like, oh my god, dude, I'm just trying to watch Kung Fu Panda. Like, what is going on? Like, if that's the situation, then okay, I can see why it's like a bad date or a very uncomfortable date. But if he genuinely was just like y'all were close already, like his head was near your shoulder or whatever, and his his glasses got stuck, I think it's quite funny that he was like, hey, what shampoo you use? I think that's quite funny, because it's like, you stupid already, you kena caught, then you want to play it off. I would just call him out. I'll be like, hey, want to sniff my head? And say lah, I let you sniff. Yeah, so yeah, it depends. Was it a creepy thing or was it just cute? I don't know. But what shampoo do you use, Let me know in the comments below. Okay, next one is this guy walks into the cafe, tells me he needs to get new socks, and he explained that the rain made his foot fungus act up. First date leh. That's what the submission says. Ayo, this is too much lah. Did he wear the same shoes as the running shoe guy and with the torn shoes? Why he gotta talk to you about foot fungus on the first date? This is same as the period blood one. This is keep it to yourself. This one, inner voice. Use your inner voice. Don't tell me. Nobody asked. I don't get it. Okay. Maybe he was going through a lot of pain. Maybe it was so like insane that he needed to let somebody know. I mean, you could text a friend lah. Just text anybody in the world. Don't tell your first date. And it makes it just so gross because like I can imagine it. But foot fungus not supposed to be pain one. I kena before. Probably shouldn't have said that out loud, huh? Oh well. Guess I won't be out in the rain anymore. Okay, next. The guy didn't talk at all. That's it. That's the submission. Okay, I think if I ever went on a first date with a guy who like cannot carry a conversation, like cannot, like genuinely just didn't ask me anything also, like wasn't trying to get to know me, I would be so put off because like, especially if you're an introvert, and I am, which nobody believes, but I am. And on first dates, I'm the worst. Like I really like, sometimes people try to get to know you and they're like, oh, let's play a game, or like 2 truths, 1 lie, or like never have I ever. And I mean, it's all like PG because first date, right? But I am like, I can't think of anything. Then I just sit there being the loser that like nobody can know because I don't know how to play these kind of games, or I scared to go too far because it's a first date. So it always stresses me out, and I'm always the one that like don't know what to say sometimes, unless it's a very, very like I'm very comfortable, the date's going very well lah. So I don't know, maybe this guy is just like, maybe he wasn't vibing you or whatever. Because I think if you are somebody who wants to go date, and if you are actually taking this time and effort to go dating, you probably would try to get to know someone. You would not like go mute, you would not go completely silent. You would just actually try your best to like ask some basic small talk questions, or like what do you do and stuff like that. But if you're telling me you carried this whole conversation, this guy is probably not that into you, and it's don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Like go. You should be on a date where y'all are just trying your best to interact and see how y'all vibe. So if you don't talk on dates, then why you go date? Ugh, simple, right? Okay, so we have come to the end of the awkward dates, and now we're gonna move on to the fucked up section. Okay, so apparently this part is like real problematic shit that have gone down on dates. So I'm scared. Okay, the first one is the guy spent the whole date comparing me to his ex. Your eyes look just like hers. So somebody not over their ex. He go dating. Don't waste your time. Okay, that's my advice. This kind of people, I feel like it's okay to talk about your ex, but it needs to be a healthy amount. Like it needs to be if I ask you, then you tell me. I ask one what? So correct you tell me. And if you don't want to talk about it, also can. You can say you don't want to talk about it because it's a past relationship. Anybody can like want to like put that aside and never want to relive it. And I feel like it's only normal to talk about it when, like on a first date and stuff, when you all try to get to know each other, you usually end up talking about exes or talking about like past relationships. So very fair. But to make a physical comparison like that, and to say like, your eyes look just like her, it sounds like you're still in love. It sounds like you're gonna fall for this girl because she looks like your ex, and that's the last thing she wants to look like right now. So that's gross lah. If you're obsessed, then I don't know lah. Like, go figure it out or some shit, or just like look at her pictures for a while more and then try and forget her eyes. I don't know, but just don't do that to the new person that you're dating. It's very stressful, literally, for the rest of this date, or like, yeah, for the rest of the day. Every time you like make eye contact, she's gonna be like, yeah, you think you're talking to your ex, right? That's why you like me, so yeah, don't talk about your ex like that on a first date unless I ask you about her. Yeah. Okay, the next one is he tried to take my first kiss by forcefully pulling me towards him by my jacket. This one is literally sexual harassment already. Okay, if anybody's forcing you to do anything and they physically pull you in for a kiss, and it's not even in a hot way that is consensual, then no thank you. And it's gross because she hasn't had a first kiss. That's the sick part. He forcefully tried to take the first kiss. That is so sick. It's like, what are you trying to prove? This is officially her worst kiss ever, and it's her first. Like, don't ruin that for someone else. My first kiss was in a game of truth or dare, and I always regret it. I will always think about it and be like, wow, somebody needed to be dead to kiss me. It's like, okay, I get it. Like, fine. I don't look the best. Sure, never kissed anybody before at that point. But you dare the person to kiss me. Like, that is my first kiss story. You know how sad that is? Like, when I think about it, I'm like, no, thank you. Like, I never want to like talk about it. Like, I never want to tell people. If they ask me, I'm like, oh yeah, I can't really remember. Like, I just like play it off. But I'm saying it now. Okay, it was in a game of truth or dare. It wasn't even a kiss. It wasn't even like hot. It was just like a kiss me that anyhow got tongue. Then why? Then I was a bit scared of kisses for a while. And yeah, so don't ruin someone's first kiss. Don't do things that are not consensual, obviously. I don't know what you're trying to prove if you're like, you want to forcefully take this person's first kiss. It's gross. Please don't do it. Like, you officially ruined it, okay? Okay, the next one is went on a Tinder date and turns out he was a married man, and then he tried groping my ass. I don't know which one is worse. I don't know. Like, okay, let's be real, there are a lot of married men on Tinder, and I mean not just Tinder, of course, like dating apps. There are a lot of married people that are clearly looking for something else or something on the side. So it's gross to not be upfront about these things. And not, I mean, honestly, what people do in their free time, I don't want to judge, I don't want to care. But if you're asking me for my opinion on it, I will say gross lah. Anybody who cheats is disgusting ah. But to like, how did she find out I was a married man? Was it after? I hope it was during the date and then she tried to leave. But it's damn sick that he tried to grope her ass some more. Like, this guy desperate for action that he couldn't get from his marriage or what? because that's same, it goes back to the non-consensual shit lah. People gotta stop with that. And if you're married, please like get a divorce or get separated first before you try and do shit with anybody else, man. If your marriage is not working, then try fix it. And if you can't fix it, get out of it. Don't bring someone else into this mess of your life. Okay, next one is paid for the first date where I came down to his flashy CBD office only to watch him pay me back in coins to make up $12. He then started to vividly describe my every physical feature from top to bottom unsolicited. I'm scared. Why does he have $12 in coins? That's a lot of coins. Okay, $12 in coins is like, you can PayNow me, you can PayLah me, you work in the CBD, you probably have a million like PayLah advertisements around you. I don't understand. Why did he have to pay her in coins? That one will forever be unanswered, okay? Nobody will ever understand. But to go on to describe every physical feature, top to bottom, is damn sick. Like, why do people think it's okay to like objectify someone like that? Like, if I'm sitting in front of you, like, am I a piece of meat or what? Like, do you just see me for my beautiful, sexy body? Because you shouldn't. You should see me for everything else inside. No, but honestly though, it's gross. Like, it makes no sense. It really makes you feel like all you see is everything on the outside. Like, this entire date, everything you got to know about me didn't matter, because it's just about how my eyes look, how my face looks, how every single feature on my body, top to bottom, looks. And it sounds like that's your biggest takeaway lah, which is sad. And unless you're telling me that this was a hookup or something, but it sounds like it was a date and you all went out for a meal and this guy is commenting on your body like that, it's damn gross. It really makes you feel like, wow, I'm just a piece of ass right now. Like, this person does not see me for me and anything that I'm worth. So giving someone a compliment is very different from like explicitly giving them details about physical features. Like, that one a bit violating. So I think it's very fair to say you have nice eyes. You know, just don't say it looks like your ex. Yeah, I think it's fair to say like you look great. You know, things like that are always gonna be fine unless you overdo it or you make someone feel very uncomfortable. So a compliment is always okay. It's fair. If you really need to express yourself like that, go for it. But please don't like explicitly do this. It's very violating, okay? Okay, the next one is, on our first date, he placed his hand on my thigh unsolicited, and followed up with a, "They are so soft." I'm so disgusted. Why is everybody so disgusting? Of course, my thighs are soft lah. Huh? It wasn't me. Anyways, first of all, on a first date, if you're gonna place your hand on any body part, I really think there needs to be a signal or a moment, or like she needs to like really, she or he, like they really need to be okay with it. They really need to like, it needs to be a mutual thing. It needs to be like I'm already leaning on you, my arm's on you, and like I clearly want this physical contact. And then you reach out and your hand's on my thigh. If I'm opposed to it, I'll move, or I'll be like, oh, okay, that's a bit much. But if there's already physical contact, like read the room. You know, read the room is what I think a lot of people need to do. And when it comes to physical anything, it's better to just ask. It's better to just be like, are you comfortable? Are you okay? Like, it's so easy to ask and it doesn't make it awkward. Why? If you ask me, I'll be like, wow, thank you for respecting me. And it really like does a lot for like the one getting asked the question, you know, like you genuinely care about how I feel here. So please stop touching people on first dates, especially unsolicited, unless it's mutual and consensual, okay? And the whole like, they are so soft is it goes back to the describing every physical feature. It's like, it's too much. And I don't want to be called soft. Like, of course my skin is soft. Like, of course I'm moisturized, what? So I'm a bit like, this is a lot. Like, don't tell me my thighs are soft. It's a weird compliment to get. Nobody should say that about like thighs. Thighs don't deserve compliments like that. So stop it. Okay, the next one is, his mom called me and told me to leave him because I'm dark skinned. And he listened to her. Wow. This is a lot. This one's a lot. So you're telling me you were on a date and this guy's mother called him to literally say, the girl that you're dating is too dark skinned, so don't date her. That's damn disgusting. It's colorist, it's gross, it's damn sick, probably racist too. It's just damn sick. I don't know. I think that for someone's mom to say that is very backwards and gross, but it's also not something that's surprising to me from like that generation, honestly. And I mean, doesn't matter like the race or like the skin color of this person who said this is just a gross thing to say, like somebody is too dark skinned for you. Like, what does that even mean? Like, what are you trying to like, why are you judging the person your son is dating like that, like based off their skin color? It's damn sick. And for this guy to listen really is that is like last straw to you. That's like, okay, this is never in my life gonna work out. I'm glad this happened now early in our dating life so I could rule you out lah, and you're not gonna be someone I ever want to see again. So yeah, I hope this happened like on a like early date, so you never have to like see this person again, or you didn't waste your time with this person. But this is so sick. And for you to listen to your mom and like not stand up for the person that you're seeing is so disgusting to me. Like, if you're seeing someone and someone's gonna pass really disgusting judgmental comments about this person that you're interested in, and maybe you're not in love or whatever, of course it's just a date, but I feel like it's the same as standing up for a stranger you see. You know, like they don't deserve to have comments like that made about them. And if you were gonna stand up for someone on the street, why are you not standing up for the person that you're seeing? Like, why you just be like, okay, mommy, I come home, and then you just leave? That is so lame. And to not date someone because of their skin color is so backwards. And I really hope I'm so sorry this happened. This is disgusting, but I'm very glad that you got to rule this person out ASAP, and hopefully the person's true colors came out on the start of the date, so you didn't have to waste your time with this guy. And to the guy, you're a loser, okay? You're a dumbass. Whatever your skin color is, you are just a dumbass. That's your skin color. Dumbass. Makes no sense. That also wraps up all our fucked up date stories. So with that, I just want to say I'm very sorry y'all had all these experiences, because dating is very exhausting but can be a lot of fun when you go on nice dates and genuinely just have amazing conversations and a great time. So I'm sorry that we've all been through our fair share of like very questionable dates. Also, my phone just rang. My mother accidentally called me, I think. Anyways, I will call her back. Relax. Okay, but anyways, yeah, I'm sorry you guys had to go through all that. I tried to think about like my bad date stories, and honestly, I'm damn sure I have some, but I cannot think of anything. And I think I shared like a very like small, like, it wasn't a horrible date, it was just a stupid moment in a date. I shared that in the dating episode. But I don't think I've been on any exceptionally like, oh my god, worst date ever, I need to call somebody, I need to get out of here. Like, I've never been through that. So I would say that's already being fortunate enough, because clearly a lot of shit happens around us lah. So the next time you go on a first date, I would say just be honest, be upfront. If someone's making you feel uncomfortable, like, express that. And if you need to leave the date, leave. If you're going to this date and you are already like a bit sus about this person, like, hey, you know, it seems a bit shady, or like doesn't really reply, or like ghosts me sometimes, you know, if that kind of person, I feel like you should always have a backup plan, or like a code that you can text your friends, like a safe word that you can just text somebody, and always tell someone where you're going. Like, always tell one friend, like, hey, I'm meeting this guy for the first time, or this girl for the first time, or whatever, and we're going here, and we'll be here at this time. That's always a very safe thing to do, because if anything happens, like, we will know your last location. You know, we will know where you've been. And also, doesn't even hurt to like send your live location to somebody if you really don't trust this person, or if you're gonna hook up with someone. I think that's always a safe thing to do if you don't trust them, or you just don't know them well enough. So, life advice from me. That's honestly quite good advice. Like, it's not bad. So I think I think this wraps up the horrible date stories. And of course, this episode is out in time for Valentine's Day. I hope nobody has to relive anything like this this coming Valentine's Day. And whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship, whatever you're doing this Valentine's Day, just have fun and just have some form of love in your life. You know, whether it's your dog, because mine is, and whether you're just gonna watch a nice movie and feel happy, you know, whatever you're doing with someone or alone or with friends, you know, just enjoy the day. And Valentine's Day is just bullshit capitalism shit, we all know that, so relax. It's okay to be alone on Valentine's Day, completely fine. So trust me, I did it for 26 years. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day and have all the love that you need in your lives right now. And that's all I got lah. So I will let y'all know what the next episode of Chimey Bitch is going to be about, and hopefully I'll do another one of these like Instagram Q&A things, because y'all have a lot to say and y'all have a lot of questionable life experience. So I will probably be posting something up, and I will yeah, just catch me outside, okay? Catch me online, yeah. So that's it. Happy Valentine's Day in advance, and I guess I love y'all, whatever. Okay, bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Chime Me, Bitch! You've just made it to the end of an episode of Chime Me, Bitch! Wow, you listened to the whole thing, ah. You like me, then say lah. But if you liked it, make sure you're followed and subscribed so you know every time a new episode of Chime Me, Bitch or any other Preetipls video is out. Okay, bye-bye!